Hello, David.
Hello, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Excellent. Just give me a quick moment. Just checking something. Okay. So, last time we stopped with this. We talked about part-time jobs and what job you would like and how your schedule would be and all those things. Now, before we continue, let's just take a quick look at all the reasons they give. So, if let me just quickly read through this passage again for you. Students should have part-time jobs. Korean students learn many subjects, but they don't have part-time jobs. In many countries, however, students start doing part-time work when they are 13. Should Korean students get part-time jobs when they are teenagers? Some people say that Korean students should have part-time jobs. First, they can learn skills that they cannot learn in school. For example, they may learn how to open or close the store. They may learn how to learn to look after their money. They may learn how to treat customers well. Second, if students have part-time jobs, they can learn to take care of themselves. They can learn to be on time. Sorry, I don't know why I clicked there. They learn to be on time at work. They learn to be responsible for their behavior. Other people say that Korean students should not have part-time jobs. First, it is very difficult to study and work at the same time. If Korean students do both things, they may get lower grades. That will stop students from being successful in the future. Second, having part-time jobs is not good for students' health. Working and studying will make students very tired. When they are tired, they may get sick easily. Now, we said each one has actually two reasons, but let's take a look at the second paragraph here. They can say, students will learn how to look after their money, how to treat customers well or people. They take care of themselves, they learn how to be on time, and they learn how to be responsible for their behavior. Here, there's something different. It says it's very difficult to study and work at the same time. If Korean students do both things, they may get lower grades. That will stop students from being successful in the future. Now, and then if they do both studying and working, it will make them very tired and they will get sick easily. Now, I want to know, do you think this paragraph is a weak or a strong argument? David?
Strong.
Sorry?
Strong.
Strong, yes. I agree with you. All these qualities they list are very good qualities. Now, let's look at the other one. It's very difficult to study and work at the same time. Students do both things, they may get lower grades, that will stop them from being successful. It will make them tired. It's not good for their health because it will make them tired and they will get sick easily. What do you think about this one's argument? Do you think it's weak or do you think it's strong?
Strong.
Also strong. Okay, now why do you say, let's start with the second paragraph, the first one. Why do you say this one is strong?
Because Student need to have a part-time job so they can learn more practical skill that school uh, that they cannot learn in school.
Okay, so
Um,
you use one of their own reasons. You said this is strong because they can learn more. Now, why do you say this one's also strong?
because if student study and work at the same time, they will be tired and they cannot focus on study.
Okay,
They
now,
get no grades.
okay, so now let's look at why. Let's just take a deeper look at into these arguments. So, the first one is quite clear. These are all good. You can start to open your own close a store. That means you know how a store works. You know how it works. You can walk in with any job with a store and you can work it. You can work there. You can just figure out the minor details, but you will be okay. Then you will learn responsibility for your own money. You will learn how to treat people. Um, you can learn how to take care of yourself. You will be on time at work, and you'll be responsible for your behavior. So all these skills are also taught in school. Okay, in school you should be on time, otherwise you'll be in trouble. You should um, hand in your assignments on time, otherwise you won't get a good score. Um, you learn how to. The school has rules in regards to how you treat other students. So there you also learn how to treat other people. So that's why I said it's good because these things. It's like I want to use the word translate metaphorically. The skills you got from school translate to your work environment. If you were a lazy student, you will be a lazy worker. If you were a good student, you will also be a good worker. Now, um, my issue is with the second one. This argument, I think, is weak. It's a poor argument. It's difficult to study and work. I agree with that. Um, if you work too hard, you will it will impact your health. You will be tired a lot, and it may lead to getting sick. Yes, that I agree with. But this sentences here tells me it's weak. So, do you think if you stop studying today, let's say you go to school, you come to these classes, but you stop putting in the effort, do you think you will be successful when you're older?
No, I don't.
Why not? Why won't you be successful?
Wait. Mm. Mhm.
I don't think that's true. It might reflect, if you don't study and get poor grades, it might show people that you are not that dedicated, or um, it might show people that you're not academically oriented, but you are practically you can do good. So to say that if students get bad grades, they will not be successful is a blatant lie, because there are courses in university or at university that if you maybe failed a subject in school, you can do it and in the university and still get a good degree. So to say that if you do bad, you won't be successful, that's a lie. If you don't get to university, you can go maybe start a trade like electrician, mechanic, um, plumber, or carpentry. You can be very successful in those areas as well. You can maybe start the best electrician business in Vietnam. Do you understand?
Yes.
So just because you don't got good grades, you're not successful. No, I don't think that's a good enough reason. But although this sentence is not entirely untrue, I just think that they used the wrong words. So if you look at that sentence, wait, let me just do this quickly. I want to move it just a little bit like that. And then let's highlight it. No, I want to highlight. Okay. What word in that sentence do you think I could have changed? Only one. For it to be reasonable. Do you know?
No.
Okay. So this is the reason why it is very important to understand how words are used and what they mean. So if you say will, this is the word I was referring to. This word should change. If you use will, you're stating a fact. I will sleep tonight. Okay? So I would say it has a 90% probability that you will sleep tonight. Something might happen that keeps you awake, but I think if you tell me you will sleep tonight, I will believe you. The word I would say they should use there is the word can. Because the word can portrays or has more probability. It makes it a 50-50 chance. If you have lower grades, it can stop you from being successful. The reason why is we have to ask the question, why are you getting lower grades? If you get it because you have a part-time job, I don't think necessarily that's the reason. Like we looked at your schedule last time, you would have time enough to study and work, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So just to say that someone, if they have bad grades, they won't be successful. So if you look at both these paragraphs, this one contains one line. This one does not have lines. So immediately this argument is weak. Yes, it might be difficult to study and work, but it's doable. Lots of people do it. Some people don't even have don't even have a choice. They have to work and study. So it's doable. It's hard, but it's doable. And another thing we should keep in mind is that we can adapt, we can get used to things. For example, if you are used to running 5 kilometers every morning, it won't be a problem for you to do it continually, right? It will become part of your routine. You will get up, go run, come back, and continue with your day. So what I'm trying to say is, if they argue that if you work and study at the same time, it will impact your studying. Why doesn't sport? Because there are people that do a lot of sport impact your studying as well. Why doesn't video games impact? Because there are students that go to school and mostly play video games, but they still do good, right? So to use this argument is it's just not right. It's a lie. Do you understand?
Yes.
And another thing why it might become a problem is that's why I said it might. I understand why they say it's difficult because if you work, let's say you work 4 hours a day, you go to school 6 hours a day, now you have to study, let's say 2 to 3 hours more. You might get lazy over time because you don't want to do it. So the reason why working and studying might not be good for student is because the student doesn't have the willpower to continue both. Okay, but I just want to show you that. Now let's go back. Let's quickly just look over here. So we have for reasons why um, they can learn skills that they cannot learn in school. They might learn how to look after their money, how to treat people, how to take care of themselves, how to be on time, and how to be responsible for their behavior. Against is it's difficult. They might get lower grades. It's bad for their health because they will get very sick or very tired and then get sick as well. Now let's look at the comprehension. When do students start doing part-time jobs in many countries?
And 13.
At 13. Remember full sentences. Why is it? There we go. You can say many students start doing part-time work or jobs when they are 13. Okay, so please remember to answer in full sentences. What skills can students learn by doing part-time work?
They can learn practical skills
Like, give me two examples.
they can cook for themselves.
And
Hmm.
how to treat people or how to manage their money, how to be on time. Those are all the
And
things they can learn. Okay. Now, number three. How can students with part-time jobs learn to take care of themselves? How can they learn to take care of themselves? How can they learn to take care of themselves?
Um, uh, they may learn to look after the money. They may learn how to treat customer well.
Okay, but
Mm,
that's in the job. How can they take care of themselves? Remember this sentence here, this one about looking after money, is they're not looking after their own money. You're managing someone else's money. Remember that. So how can
yeah,
they take care of themselves?
and they can learn to take care of themselves. They learn to be on time at work. They learn to be responsible for their behavior.
Yes, so let's put it in our own words. So let's try and use, let's say, so now we're going to use being on time and why are you doing this? There we go. They can, they will, why is it so big? There we go. Learn to be on time for work and to take responsibility. Behavior. Do you see how I changed the answer? They will learn to be on time for work and to take responsibility for their behavior. Now let's try it. Let you try it. Why is it a problem if students get lower grades? Why does the passage say it's a problem?
Well, can you repeat again?
Why is it a problem if students get lower grades? Why does the passage say it? What is the problem that the passage says will happen if students get lower grades?
Because they do both things so they can get lower grades.
Why is that the problem?
Uh, they that will stop students from being successful in future.
Okay, then put it in your own words. Look at that sentence and then try to put it in your own words.
That that is that can stop students from being successful.
Mm, okay. So what I mean by your own words is you need to change more than just one word, like something students might not be successful in the future. Do you see?
It.
Or instead of saying might, we can say will. You're saying the same thing, but it's in different words. Okay. And then last one, why is it a problem if students are tired because of studying and working? Why is it a problem if students are tired because of studying and working?
Uh, when they are tired, they may get sick easily.
Okay, now put it in your own words.
They will get sick easier when they are tired.
Perfect. They will get sick easily when they are tired. Well done. Okay, now look here. We have 5 words. We have behavior, customer, part time, responsible, and successful. So, what does the word behavior mean?
Uh, Behavior means the way someone acts or conducts themselves.
Perfect. The next one, customer. What is a customer?
Uh, mm, uh, Customer means customer are people who buy products or use service.
Perfect. Okay. David, I'm quickly going to close this and start a new one. Please join again as soon as you can, okay?